Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, The Warden and the Paunch, where as you can see, we have unwound the spool of time and fixed this quest. It's kind of unforgivable that it's possible for it to break in an unretrievable way, and then on top of that, like I said, the particular way in which it broke is profoundly stupid, but it's fine. I debrokenated it. Everything's cool now. So, we have to move a character to Varenka Hills for the next step of this quest. That's a real shame, because that's it's out of the way. I think the way we're probably going to handle that is just hiring a hero at Karaza Karak. Anybody that we can hire, just a random guy. We'll move him to Varenka Hills and then delete him afterward. It's a little annoying that that's the way that's got to go, but I'm pretty sure that's the way that's got, that'll be way faster than moving, actually, not only faster than moving one of our armies out there, but also we can't afford to move an army out there. So, we do have a little bit of an advantage this time because we knew what was going to happen in the future, and I'm going to blame the game on that one. If it didn't want me to cheat, it should not break in silly ways. So we know that Balthazar Gelt is coming. We're like a turn earlier than the end of the last episode. So we can go back and try to catch him in the act of attacking our settlements here. And I think I'm absolutely going to. I don't feel any guilt about that. So his movement range, he can just barely hit the river here in march mode. So we should be safe to cross there, which we can just barely do. Yeah, we'll get ready to take him on. And we're actually doing really well on money. I went and did a check and turned money making back on in the provinces where that's a reasonable thing to do, because we did cross the 75 point threshold of reputation. So we're getting that good +5 obedience in all provinces. And we might want to start recruiting a fourth army. Not that I think we can necessarily be running a fourth army all the time, but I think it wouldn't necessarily be a huge financial hardship right now, and we will certainly want a fourth army active when we hit the WOG button, so I think let's do that. And if we're going to put together a fourth army, obviously we want them to be able to help us fight the Empire, but this might be a good moment to finally resolve this nonsense. So I think let's start recruiting a fourth army at Nashrak's lair. Do we have the ability to summon Black Orcs here? We don't. Okay. Because the thing is, I'm pretty sure I want it to be Grimgor. So maybe we do it at Karak Raziak, and then he can underway over here and then make the run. Because, if we have a look here, Grimgor Ironhide's whole deal... Oh no, wait, it was already him, yeah. Grimgor Ironhide's whole deal is Black Orc based. You can see he gets some free bonuses for Black Orcs. He also has this very powerful Your Next ability, which makes it hard for enemy characters to run from him and also reduces their melee defense by 40. So, really good at character killing, which is extremely a thing we need right now. Plus, he's Grimgor Ironhide. How are you going to play Greenskins and not have Grimgor Ironhide running around killing people? 2344 just for the empty army. That's rough. And we're doing it, but that's rough. Alright, let's get some Black Orcs in here. So hold on, let's have a look at his skills and everything. So he came equipped with his legendaries. He already has both of them. So he has an explosion that does not damage friendly troops, a self-targeted explosion that increases his armor as well. That's pretty neat. And then Gitsnik, his ridiculous giant axe. Big damage, big bonus versus large. Okay, yeah, so it's just a very solid axe. And then we can give him a talisman. We don't actually have a talisman. It's going to be even slightly relevant. He can have that one. And what does this do? This lowers the magic resistance of enemy characters. Yeah, Potion of Speed. Make him better at... Let's have him spend as little time as possible running from target to target, and as much time as possible engaged with targets. And it looks like... So he has the skill that buffs Black Orcs. He has Best of the Best, which is pretty great. It looks like he's actually pretty well designed. Yeah, they spent his skill points in a way that makes a lot of sense so far. Okay, cool. That's great. Black Orcs. We're going to need a whole bunch of them. I guess they're only one extra turn to bring in through the global pool. We could have had him in the other spot. It's fine. It doesn't matter much. Let's grab a couple units of Doom Divers. I think that's a thing we probably want. We're going to go no rocks with him, just Doom Divers. And then, unfortunately, his army's going to be a little bit on the expensive side, so we probably have to take it easy, at least a little bit. Like, we got to find him some support units that are not going to be terribly expensive to run, because he's going to be... The Black Orcs are how much? They're 387 per turn each. That's harsh, man. That's a real problem. We'll give him some cavalry. We'll give him some, like, not great cavalry. We could go for Squig Hoppers and then have the Black Orcs take anti-large. And that'll give the army a good amount of versatility. Alright, we'll start there. It's not totally ideal. Oh, he needs a wizard. He needs a caster. Well, we can wait until next turn to hire the caster. Because that army can't move this next turn anyway. And finally, Wazhumpa One-Fingered, the brave army that actually raided the Moot. It looks to me like the Skaven probably took Schwarzhafen. I haven't had anybody actually scan it, so it might be ours, but I would be very surprised. I'm going to have you just fall back to Fort Oberstar for the moment, so that we can get back to full health. Maybe even all the way... Yeah, let's go all the way back to Tempelhof, so that he's in a better position to push north in case we need support against Gelt. We shouldn't, but it could happen. I would have loved to press Karl Franz while he's low on units and mustering here behind the small garrison of Averheim, but I think we want to try to secure our own territory before going after his territory. And with that, I think we're ready to go. Oglok is still recruiting because I did lose a unit up here fighting Karl Franz, actually. The fact that Karl Franz is on the map right now is a little bit annoying. Some legendary lords have a trait that makes it so that they become available again the turn after they get wounded, and he must have that because Oglok's army killed him last turn, and it's annoying to always have to deal with him. He's not even that good of a fighter. He's just unbreakable, and so every single time you get in a fight with him, it goes super long because you have to actually kill him, and he's not dangerous, but he is slow to die. Oglok 1v1'd him, and took him down, but it took forever. The entire rest of the battle concluded while they were fighting. Also, he broke and ran away from Oglok several times. I had to do a lot of chasing. Okay, more times, small garrison, please just take it. Oh, you coward. He wants to make it so that if Ozhead catches up with him, he can still run away. Which is the right thing for him to do, but it's annoying because it's annoying because it's the right thing for him to do. So we're getting pretty close to a WOG, and we'd really like to start our WOG when when Reichland is in the top tier of enemies, ideally. I do not like the number of dwarves that are raiding our territory right now. That seems like a bad sign. This can be a Grimgor Ironhide problem. A critical failure. Hans Stein wounded himself attempting to kill Gouger. Yeah, all these Jufbar armies are going to be an issue. So Gelt's army is pretty serious. It's at 3 units of demigryphs. And then a lot of good stuff going on. The Huntsman, not as dangerous. But I'm not really looking forward to having to deal with that. Okay, what do we want to do with Oglok? I guess we need to have an idea what's going on in Salzenmund first. So there's nobody in Salzenmund. It does have a 20-unit garrison. I think I might actually just have him raid for a minute. Right, like we'll make some money off of him and give the Chaos dudes the chance to come over and do the thing they clearly want to do. Do I want to... I might want to move him forward, actually. I don't want to be in combat range of the city. Obviously, I don't want an enemy to show up and be able to use that 20-unit garrison as reinforcements. But I do want to be able to press past it. I'm not going to worry about taking Salzenmund. If Chaos wants to destroy it, I'm just going to let him. So let's see. Wazhumpa can't get anywhere near Gelt. Essen's walls finish this turn. That's right. That's pretty good for us. Let's do this. And we have to decide whether we want to go... it's doing that thing again where I click on a new stance and instead it just collapses the menu. Do we want to go at Gelt, or do we just want to get nearby and wait for him to wander into us? Because honestly, an ambush against this army would be very helpful. Being able to burn the Hellstorm rocket battery instantly would be really cool. So yeah, we might just like roll up to Mordheim and try to go into ambush mode. Engaging him in the open, in the field, is going to let him pound us with superior artillery. And then we're going to get up on him and he's still going to have the melee advantage. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to like go here. And we're far enough away from him that we can attempt ambush mode. And if our ambush fails and he tries to attack us, we can fall back to Essen. If he tries to attack Mordheim, we'll be forced to play defense, but I think we can do it. I think that's a situation where that shouldn't be an issue. And you're going to press over here and keep an eye on this whole situation. So it looks like in this version of the timeline, Jufbar never took back Grand Peak. They just ran their armies out here to raid me instead. Which I think they're going to find is not going to work the way they want it to. So Karl Franz doesn't actually have any units. I'm going to pull this hero back a little bit. You know what? Come over here and annoy these guys. Let's just keep working on those levels. Gouger should run up here and block army. You know, he's trying. He's doing his best. Sopzug should... Boy, what should Sopzug do? Oh, you know what? We don't have vision of this area this time. We should probably have somebody on that. Gorkil can make it to Varenka Hills quite easily. Alright, and we finally have reached the end of the quest. In the southern Badlands, the primitive savage orcs gather to hinder Azhag's horde. The Slaughterer needs to dominate these tribes. To force so forces the savage orcs, led by some git called Slaga, to acknowledge him. So we'll get 8 attack, 15% weapon strength with a constant 10 melee attack buff for all nearby allies. It's a fairly significant number. We'll be up against a bunch of other orcs with their own giant, and so the deal with savage orcs is they're a little bit better at killing than normal orc boys. You can see they have 0 armor, but they do have natural physical defense, which is better in some cases. They're all right. They're not bad units. Here's a savage orc Biggins, and then, you know, I'm sure there'll be some weird stuff in the reinforcements. That battle doesn't look too hard, honestly. But we don't want to do it this turn, because obviously we don't want Azhag's army to be injured at this moment. And... do we need to spend scrap anywhere? Oglok's army is completely scrapped up. Oh no, that's right, he has a new recruit. Let's give that guy something. Probably scrap saddles, right? Yeah. Okay, I think that's a reasonable spend. A reasonable expenditure. Let's see what Gelt does. My hope is that he doesn't see through the ambush. He goes back to finish off Mordheim. We get to catch him in the ambush, kill his siege crew, and then Azhag just gets to devour a whole lot of great swords, which he should be pretty good at. In theory, Clan Moor should still be a big threat to Reichland, although most of their armies ran away last turn. I'm not sure why. Okay. Gelt did not see through the ambush, but just decided to run away for other reasons. I mean, I think that works for us. We kind of want Balthazar Gelt to be alive, right? Like, as much as Faction destroyed Warriors of Chaos. Wait, what the hell? They had a whole bunch of armies, like, right here a turn ago. I wonder if... Boy, this is becoming a situation, huh? Oh, never mind. Never mind, those orcs handled about half of it. I guess there must be Reichland armies just south of Oglok? I can't imagine how else Chaos lost all those dudes. Alright, missile strength up faction-wide. That's pretty cool. Alright, and then this will be the turn we hire his wizard. Apparently, can't hire a shaman in this region. Well, I mean, we could hire one. We could hire a river troll hag, though. That's a way to use winds. Leadership, personal leadership up, and also the size of the leadership aura. I'm not so sure about that, but this one seems all right. 5 winds of magic for all of our armies everywhere. Margle Frogbogla. Yeah, that seems okay. So Spirit Leech, Life Leeching. We'll start with that stuff. Because yeah, I think it'll be pretty powerful to have Soul Blight in this army. Purple Sun be nice. So we can fold you into the army next turn. We are right at the edge of what we're able to afford, and that's without these units recruited and with one of our armies in raid mode right now. So we're not going to be able to recruit any units here that don't start significantly draining us of money immediately. But we certainly also can't just stop recruiting. So, what do we want to do? What's the balance we want to strike here? Because we do want to go up to full strength. We're gonna have a Wog in 2 turns, so we like that army to be a full stack when that happens, right? Mordheim's gonna need to upgrade. I mean, part of that is we just gotta take stuff. Let's see. Let's grab you. Do you have any units in your army that are actually... Okay, the trolls are high enough rank to benefit from those skills. And then, of course, regiments of renown are always high level. Are trolls are on biggest and strongest? Yeah, grab that. And you can just finish Deadly Blade. So 73 melee attack is not too bad for a melee hero. These guys cannot be allowed to be around. Not gonna have a rogue nation in the middle of my nation. Because that's gonna turn out badly for us, right? We'll ransom off the captives, I don't know to whom, since their faction doesn't exist already. And we're gonna, at the risk of maybe ceding Fort Obersteyr, I think we're gonna... Boy, that doesn't feel right. No, you should probably head back this way. I'm just thinking, I'm not 100% sure that Azhag is up to the task of fighting other settlements and killing Balthazar Gelt at the same time. Really feels like a one or the other situation would be best. Alright, we need to upgrade Norden. Don't really want to go to Selzenmund. We have a hero somewhere. Let's move you as far north as you can get on this road. Okay, so there's nothing in Talabheim. I mean, there must be Reiklander armies in this area, because this is where the Chaos armies went. And the Chaos faction was completely destroyed. You can... just try to kill some of their characters? Yeah, there we go. Gotta try to keep these guys soft for when Grimgor is ready to do the thing in a moment. You... how much? 326? Yeah, right. We can afford to keep doing that to train you up. That expenditure is not crazy. Gouger should block this army. I mean, it's not likely to work. But we gotta level him up somehow. So I'm assuming Gelt will have no problem. Yeah, it's very easy to reach Needling. I think we might just go to Needling anyway. We'll sack it and then we'll run back. Because we're gonna need money. Oof, I was really hoping for a better heal there. Okay, Glittering Scales, which reduces the melee attack of all nearby enemies. That's interesting. Do we want to run all the way back to Mordheim? Yeah, maybe. How much movement do I have left? Just a little bit too little to try ambush mode. I mean, I guess we did get exactly back to full health off of that very tiny replenishment move. So I guess we don't necessarily need to... Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to raid. If Gelt wants to come over here and fight us, he can fight us in raiding mode, where we have 5 extra melee defense and 5 extra leadership for everybody. Also, apparently this army doesn't have scrap upgrades on everyone, which is wild to me. That's a thing we gotta fix. Oh, you know what? This army lost people. Those are new units, that's why. Gorkil, we're just gonna get rid of. I don't actually need a guy in this area. Voldenhof should probably be upgraded. And then, yeah, the answer, seeing the amount of money that we have here, is that we're going to try to be just like a little bit careful with these dudes. So what do we really need? We have some anti-infantry cavalry. We have a good line of stand and fight orcs. The thing is, black orcs are so good for him. I'm going to get a couple more. I know this is gonna be harsh on this army's total costs. What do we have in the Regiment of Renown pool? Oh, that's right. We do have fancy units, don't we? I guess how much stuff do we actually need to recruit for him? We could grab the Rock Lobbers and the Boarboy Biggins. That's 2. It'd be perfectly reasonable for him to take on. Like, maybe we don't do any more normal recruiting and we just pull the rest of his force from the global pool later. Yeah, I think that's probably the case. Next turn we'll get a move on. Where else can we do upgrades? Oh, we should probably max out the Pillars of Grungni. Are we doing okay on public order here? Yeah, we're narrowly positive. It'll have to do. Alright, let's see if Gelt wants to do the thing. Because if Gelt comes over here to attack us, we might just be able to handle him, even with him being able to set up and use his rocket batteries more optimally. Okay, excellent. Really, really good news. Clan Moore's showing up and doing work. The only downside there is that I would like to have sacked the moot. This does mean that when we go to declare our WOG, Reichland is going to look a little bit weaker. Oh, right, I didn't actually move Oglok anywhere. I just left him there raiding. I mean, that's not horrible. He does need to be producing money for us. We do need the cash. I haven't looked at our raiding objective in a while, but I'm sure we must have raided for 20,000 gold by now. Clan Mulder is really just like desperately looking for a thing of value to do. The Warherd of Chaos has no interest in doing anything other than raiding me, which is really annoying. You can tell the AI is struggling with the idea of not 100% focusing on the player at all times. Which is annoying. It's honest, but it's annoying. And then, what did you want? I guess we start picking up Night Shroud. I'm so unlikely to ever use it. But also, everything else that he might take, we're unlikely to ever make use of. Alright, absolutely build defenses. Could you search the moot? Okay. I wasn't sure if the Skaven had settled it or not. So throughout the world, the Old Ones left vast troves of power for use by their most trusted servants. To prevent such power falling into the wrong hands, they placed wards and cryptographic locks over them. As millennia have passed, these wards have weakened, but the arcane locks remain. So, solve the puzzle. The Old Ones believed that alignment is all. Well, I don't exactly know what that means. I'm assuming that what we're looking for is... So all of the solutions are 3 buttons. I'm assuming what we're looking for is a set of 3 buttons that matches the lines you can make with 3 of the lines. It looks to me like if we were to turn this, 75 degrees counterclockwise, it looks like the red ones pretty clearly line up. So it'd be this thing, that thing, and that thing. Is that one of the... Nope, it's not even one of the possible answers. Part of the problem with these is that they don't tell you what you're looking for. We don't actually know what we seek. We can see that the yellow lines would not match up, right? Because this is directly across from that. But the yellow lines are more of a... Well, it's not directly across, but the yellow lines are not. The angles don't work out here. What about the blues? Nope, the blues also wouldn't line up. Right, because all three of the blue outlets here are on in the same 180-degree arc of the circle, which is certainly not true down here. So the red marks are the only ones... Oh, you know what? Maybe you can turn both the dials, though. So if the red marks are the only ones that line up, we're looking for a place where it's like two symbols that are directly across the circle from one another, and then one adjacent. Right, if we turn the... So... Or maybe we're only supposed to turn the outer line? Which would mean this symbol lining up here would probably give us that thing. Nope, none of the answers contain that. Again, I don't even really know for sure what we're looking for. If this answer doesn't work, this answer, so it'd be this and that, right? So that's not good. And then this one, where's this guy? Right here. Okay, so none of these line up with what I thought we were looking for, which means I don't even know what the puzzle's asking for, which is a real shame. So we're just going to click I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Puzzle failed. If we had gotten it right, if I had figured, like, actually, the right thing to do there probably would be to have taken that into an image editor and actually rotated the circles, or rotated the discs. But, like, if we'd gone to all the trouble to get that right, we probably would have gotten, like, 1,000 gold. It's not a good gold per minute sacrifice. They're not paying us well enough to solve that puzzle correctly. Mostly what we were trying to do there was figure out whether the Skaven had settled that. They moved away after attacking it, so they shouldn't have been able to settle it, but then also I don't trust that the AI is playing by the same rules I am based on everything that has happened. So I think we're actually going to have Wazhampa move this way then, if we don't have to worry about these armies coming up from here anymore. This way he's at least in a position to help, if we do in fact have to battle Balthazar Gelt. And I'm going to have Azhag attack that settlement again. Because we can kill off this new army that's trying to muster and prevent them from mustering. And then heal back up to full immediately. Wow, we really gained a lot of followers. There were an awful lot of people who thought that completely trivial battle represented like a real heroic move on our part. And then I'm in Warpbad now. Okay. Just trying to make sure I was not raiding my own territory there. And you're exhausted, so just hang out, I guess? I don't really want him to move anywhere. Sozpug, we need you even further north. Okay, so there's a small, weak army here. Huglug Blood Reaper is probably... Honestly, maybe not even necessary. Because we can have him go over here and keep an eye on Averheim. Karl Franz is going to resettle some stuff. That's good. That means he's not going to be a problem for us. He's going to be too busy to be bothering me. Alright, it's going to not let me take the underway move that we should have access to here, which is annoying, but just not enough movement on the army. So we will... Honestly, there's no point in trying to move out of the pass, really. We're going to end up traveling more distance by doing this small move, and then doing the underway move next turn. And Gouger can just keep harassing Balthazar Gelt. He's doing so well. Of course he needs to be rewarded with a skill point. Alright, so we're losing very little money per turn. You gotta remember, we are going to incur some additional costs pretty soon. Oh, this is a thing we definitely need to do. Do I want to build walls around Eschen? At this point, do I think Eschen's in danger? I think I might just give it Raiden stashes instead. contribute a little bit of money making. All right, so now these two are together. Gelt is recruiting. He may finish recruiting this turn. I could have just gone at him with Ashag. I'm hoping that we can kind of get the best of both worlds here, where me pressing into Reichland's territory allows me to get closer to their stuff for the purpose of sacking, and also draws his attention toward us. We don't have to go to him. We'll see if that actually works out in practice here. So I assume Franz turns around and... Oh, interesting. Well, so they didn't realize that we had an army in ambush mode there to defend. Karl Franz's army is essentially fake. I think this has gotta be advantageous for us. Do we want to AI control? I'm gonna give these guys AI control. We're gonna hope that that doesn't end up biting me in the ass. I think we should have a pretty handy victory here, though. I don't think this should be difficult at all. Well, I don't think this should be close at all. We're still gonna have to, like, you know, play well and everything. I do sort of wish that this battle map preview showed the locations of the reinforcements coming in. Because the game already knows that, right? That's not information that's generated at battle time or other. They could, at battle time or anything. They could absolutely tell you that now so you could start thinking. Oh, interesting. Their reinforcement army is coming in from behind us. I guess that's true. He did approach from that angle. That's really bad news for them. I'm going to have my catapult facing this way to threaten the enemy as they approach, and we're just going to absolutely annihilate the reinforcing half of this army before the battle starts. So let's... Oh, that's right. This rogue idol is also artillery. He can hang out over here. And then we're just gonna... Smashy, smashy. Spiky rollers can start back a little bit so they can get a good charge. Let's get all of the archers over here. And then you guys... We want to end this as quickly as possible. We don't want to have a lot of time where Karl Franz can approach. Also, hold on. We're going to want to turn the siege crews here a little bit. It shouldn't take long for us to be able to fire it. Now, this part's a little bit of a bummer. These guys are going to take forever to join up, but they'll get there. And yeah, like there's absolutely no reason to delay. Just nope, wait, there you go. Go in there in such a way that you're not facing backwards. I'm gonna just send Ashag after Karl Franz right away. Apparently I'm not... Oh, because I didn't... That's not Ashag. I missed his flag. I was gonna say, we should be able to attack him. Also, I should be able to order the Arachnarok to attack him, because it has ranged attacks, but I guess that's not how that works. Alright. Go get him, Ashag. Arcane Conduit, chargy skills. Yeah, armor up. Stuff for people. Let's make sure that these orders are actually going out in a way that makes sense. I know, the battle's been going for 8 seconds and he's paused 5 times. Just trying to make sure stuff gets done in a sensible way here. It's very important. Why can I not? It's really hard to select that unit of Biggins for some reason. Alright, we should be able to shut these guys down pretty quickly. We do outnumber them. The Snotling Pump is not in an ideal... Yeah, they're being Griffites here. It's a little bit of a bummer. You guys attack them. You guys help with that. You guys attack here. You guys attack there. And then our shaman should, like, run over here. Oh, we should probably throw some quick attack buffs up. I don't want to spend too many Winds of Magic right here, but let's make sure Ashag wins his fight quickly. I don't want to be here all day. Okay, this should all resolve pretty quickly, I think. I'm gonna try to get in here and provide another flanking charge to these knights. Stay focused. Don't get distracted. All right. Good charging. Good arrow fire. Yeah, this will be over pretty quickly. The only thing that I'm a little worried about is the amount of damage that we're going to see here. Let's Soul Blight. And our reinforcements are coming, but they are certainly not coming fast enough. Let's see. Do we want to try to focus on their... Boy, their Hellstorm rocket batteries being that deep in the trees is actually a real problem for us. Yeah, there's nothing we can really do about that. I'm not going to worry about them. Let's have you guys focus on actual enemy units. And those are rifles. I mean, we can use our Wolf Chariot to just charge those guys. Also, the fact that our archers are standing in the trees should be providing some cover, but it doesn't seem to be. I mean, Hellstorm rocket batteries are just really, really good at this thing. Can you guys spread out even more? Alright, so their stats are all screwed up. I don't know why that Free Company militia unit is going unmolested. Can somebody get in there and molest those guys, please? Alright, Carl Franz is... dead? He must have broken and run off the map. Or no, this is him right here. For some reason I was thinking that flag was... I don't know. He should be dead real soon, though. He's just about got. Here they come. Okay, Carl Franz is down. We can't turn everybody around. I took a lot of damage during the last quarter of that battle. We don't need these guys in here anymore. We gotta start turning around. We're about to start taking actual close-range weapons fire from their rifle units. So that's gotta get resolved. We could probably just have the Rogue Idol run forward. At this point, he's a fine melee fighter. We are close to having reinforcement units in here. Actually, you know what? First of all, you guys all need to report. But we can also pull the pump wagons out of this part of the battle. They're not necessary over there anymore. Boy, I don't know. He's actually doing really good damage. He's accurate. Yeah, look at that. Very solid. Alright, we're getting some okay damage. Let's make sure that we're doing this. I don't think it's a good idea for us to press the WOG button right now. I think we should probably hold off on that. Alright, you guys need to get over here. You probably don't have to stay in on the rifles. Those rifles are probably dead already. Or they're going to just run off the map, rather. Okay, reinforcement coming in. Here's the thing I'm not 100% clear on. When I press WOG in a minute here, is it going to affect my allied army? We'll use our Assault of Stone for the battle. You guys should charge the great swords instead of the people I just told you to charge. You guys should get over here and help with this. Somehow these units of enemy melee have not broken yet, which is really annoying. I mean, those guys aren't going to break. But as soon as we can push the rest of these dudes off the side of the map, we can have a lot more of our stuff report to the front. I'm a little worried about this part. Like, I think we need to have him come up and make sure that we're doing damage as quickly as possible to these guys, but I don't like it. Brain Burst. Brain Burst goes off basically immediately, which is nice. It's not really feasible to use the Stomp in a situation like this because they just have too much time to run. Alright. Disengage. You did a good job of drawing a lot of attention to yourself, though. Cast. Okay. And now I think it's reasonable to apply the wall. We have enough units enjoining. We can turn this on and start getting ready for the next one. And our allied units should do some fine work over here. Okay, it looks like on this front, things are cleaned up. So let's have people report back to the battle. These guys are not 100% done. Let's see, you stay in and kill that. You know what? That's just 2 units of normal biggins. I'll leave them. They're fine where they are. Alright, we definitely want to do a Foot of Gork now. Alright, here comes that Wind of Death. Did it actually... It looks like it didn't go off? Well, whatever. Just get back in the air. Boy, he's just not interested in doing anything at all, huh? You guys get over here. Movement speed up. Well, he does not want to follow orders. Let's make sure we have these guys change their targets. I mean, this is a good time to shoot at knights. So that unit of great swords is feeling pretty screwed up. Do we have... I'm going to have all of these units aim right at... Boy, these are all cavalry, huh? That's a shame. By the time we get him over there, or them over there, there's probably not going to be anything left. We can do one of these. Okay. We still have this thing that's not going to do a lot of damage. We also have the Gaze of Nagash. That's, you know, that did some damage. That wasn't literally 0. Alright, but those guys are breaking up pretty badly. We have a couple units that could be... you know what? No, just rip some more ammo out of yourself. Let's keep him throwing stuff at people. And now that we have more units involved in the melee, we can probably afford to pull the fast-moving units out of here. And in fact, this is a pretty good application for Azhag, even though he's injured. He should have no problem charging those guys. I mean, I hope he has no problem dealing with the crew of a siege weapon. I guess I shouldn't. That's not well aimed. I mean, it still knocks some guys down. Alright, do we need... like a foot over here? Seems alright. It doesn't really seem like there's a whole lot of enemy left anywhere else. We're on this steam tank. You guys should charge through to there. That's the whole reason I pulled you out. Yeah, and then we have a lot of big stuff. Just waiting for good targets. Alright, you guys fall back, let them run through. For some reason we have a horribly wounded unit of trolls here. I don't even know what they were being attacked by. Okay. I mean, it looks to me like the battle's over. Of course, it's going to take forever for them to surrender, despite the fact that they've lost, because the AI is spiteful in that way. But it is definitely over, so we just got to deal with the 2 steam tanks they have left. Let's have the Rogue Idol be focusing on one of those dudes. So you're permanently broken. Missile attacks are usually pretty good against large units like that, so let's give them a Gaze of Nagash. Get over here. You also have a good missile attack. Yeah, that did reasonable damage. We can overcast to gaze of Mork. We got this steam tank. I don't really want to endanger the lives of those black orcs any further. I guess I could get over here and provide some buffs and debuffs. I don't want to land. Oh, you know what? Actually, a Spirit Leech is probably a good idea too. It's just a single target damage spell. Alright, maybe we should not have the Rogue Idol here. We can have it just run up and melee. Probably shouldn't have it fire anymore. It's going to do more harm than good. We have so many different kinds of eye lasers. Yeah, that's actually doing really good damage. Azheg has a lot of really powerful magic. Okay. Never mind. Problem solved. So we took a lot more damage there than I would have liked. A Pyrrhic victory. We'll see. It looks like none of our units got anywhere near dying, which is really good news. Was that pump wagon already gold ranks, or did we just push up into gold ranks? Because that's significant. The difference between rank 6 and rank 7 is a big deal. And Wazhampa One Finger lost 816 bodies, more than half of his army, but as long as none of the units are dead, it's not a costly loss. Now, we did not do a good job of pursuing the siege crews as they broke and ran from the battle, so he's going to have a fairly powerful siege units left for the next part. Although, actually, yeah, this is Gelt's army. Gelt's army will probably have enough movement to fall back to a friendly settlement. Karl Franz's army is going to be completely wiped. Okay, it's not too bad. Did we actually lose anything from... Oh, weird. I'm not allowed to scroll down on this side, so I can't see Wazhampa's army. That's a little strange. That's definitely not how that's supposed to work. I will take the ransom on this one. 2,200 gold is significant. It looks like... yeah, Wazhampa lost 2 units. He's at 18. A good player controlling those units manually would probably not have lost any, given the massive advantage that we had in that battle. So, certainly a good argument there for not doing the AI control thing. Boy, if Clan Mulder takes over Mount Gunbad before I get to it, I'm going to be very cross. Okay, no, they're doing a good job. So remember, we don't necessarily have to actually take all the territory from the Bloody Spears. If we can just identify their warlord and kill him in combat, we can take the faction that way and save ourselves a little bit of time. I hope that one army that's out there is their faction leader. Let's see. Your Black Orc Big Boss didn't take any damage during the battle, which makes me wonder if he maybe avoided actually being in combat. But I think we gotta press Balthazar Gelt, right? Like this seems like a no-brainer. He chooses not to fall back, which is hugely a mistake. We kill him, and then we take Krukenheim. We don't. Not this turn, we don't. We get over here and we take Krukenheim next turn. And Wazhampa can go grab Needling. Really? Auto-resolve? God damn it. I hate the way auto-resolve just kills weak units, even though, like, the most obvious thing in the world is that you would not use those units in the actual combat. So Fanatics, right? We can pull some reasonable... Where are the Fanatics? Here we go. Pull some Goblin troops through the global recruitment pool pretty quickly, at least. And then Squig units is the other stuff, the other thing he's missing. Is this the right balance? Do we want... I'm going to go for one more Squig unit rather than the Fanatics. Okay. He'll be good as new next turn, and then maybe next turn is the turn when we press the WOG button. I see that we have it active right now, but I don't think I want to hit it right now. And you can keep working on Night Shroud. So let's see. You have 68 melee defense. You're actually really well defended. But it's a pretty small increase in charge bonus and a very small increase in armor, so I guess we take this one. That's probably going to be more relevant than the other choices. Fert... well, now you can actually do stuff, so I guess run over here and be an annoyance. Alright, even better blocking. Sounds good to me. Grimgore... Yep. Gets a nice underway skip. Frame perfect, as always. You probably don't need to get engaged over here. Where did Karl Franz go? Did he get killed? He might have gotten killed. I mean, if so, that's obviously great for us. So you scout this way. You should head this way. And honestly, if we declare a WOG against Reichland right now, it looks like we'll be able to make a lot of headway very quickly. We're not that far from Altdorf. This could happen. Try to keep those guys approximately where they are. Nope, my units are all really bad at their jobs. Still don't see any reason to take that upgrade. Needling should probably get repaired. Oh, Oglok has a skill point. I don't even know what to do with Oglok's points. He has quite a few coming. I guess we could actually get Mob Boss and Renowned and Feared on him. Yeah, you know, that's a reasonable thing to do. So income from sacking or looting or raiding. We sack stuff a lot. His yellow line is so efficient that you really can just take all three of them. And then, as much as we do want to raid and get income, I don't really want to pin him against Salzenmund for a long time. Like, I think we're better off crossing the river. Because first of all, I don't care about Salzenmund. And secondly, if we sit there against it, we offer an opportunity for Reichland armies to show up and make my day bad. Just avoiding that and moving deeper into their territory probably makes more sense, especially if we're thinking that we might want to actually try to push to Altdorf in the relatively near future. Beckhoffen should probably, I mean, first of all, apparently we need some of that going. Honestly, though, we might be getting to the point where we're not desperate for defense here. Okay, so right now, if we were to declare war on Reichland, what is their strength rank? They are 16. So it'd be really cool if they would power up a little bit. So a WOG against rank 16 is going to be like, fine. But I want better than fine. So we're gonna do a big Regiment of Renown pool recruit for Grimgore, including having him take on the Wyvern. And then we're not going to be anywhere near as negative on gold per turn as we were during our last WOG where we were running 4 forces. I mean, I'll still WOG against Reichland probably, even if they aren't a very high priority. Or even if they aren't a very high strength rank. But it sure would be nice if we could get those good rewards. Oh, hey, look, it's Balthazar Gelt and Karl Franz. There's no way to meaningfully eliminate them from the field. That's just a bummer, man. You know, that's really bad. we should be able to underway over to there with Grimgor. Where's my teeth? So, 1,200 gold. For orcs, money is teeth. The money in orcish society is orc teeth, so that's probably why getting all the extra money lowers leadership. Or we can take a recruitment cost penalty, but also get some leadership. Yeah, we're done recruiting things in normal ways. The Doontide. The old world has survived the onslaught, and another accursed wave rolls forth, and it's not that big of a deal for us. Okay, Grimgor can get all the way out to here, really. Well, we do need him to stay on our side of the line for recruitment purposes. Unless, I mean, I don't know exactly what's going to happen if we bring in new units, if they're going to mess with our movement distance. But we'll bring in the Wyvern. We'll bring in you and you. We need 3 more units because we definitely want to fill up. I could... Yeah, let's get both the groups of armored squig hoppers and like the river trolls, maybe? Okay, that did not in fact affect our movement at all. So yeah, just make that great big move. Is Sour their dude? No, their dude's name is Nashrak. But we don't see an army led by Nashrak right now, so it might be the case that Nashrak is not available for combat. He might have been wounded fighting Jufbar. I mean, we'll fight whoever we gotta fight. I'm not afraid. And so, with Grimgor Grimgor's stack full, and Wazhumpa at 20, and Azhag at 20, and Oglok at 20, right? Yep, it is time to press the button. So the Reichlanders are 15. What are the trophy tiers this time? 1 to 10 is the top tier. I mean, I can't imagine us wanting to go up against a different faction than Reichland. Yeah, it's certainly not worth focusing on Jufbar or these other dudes. The Bretonnians are ranked 5, but yeah, I'll take the 15. That's fine. What do we get from them? Charge bonus and obedience? Yeah, it's okay. Reichland. And of course we dedicate it to Gork, because why would you ever do it the other way? Okay. I feel pretty alright about this. That is going to make us a terrifying force in real short order here. Unfortunately, we are hemorrhaging money. I think we can afford to take the sack here. And I think we probably just want these two to keep moving together for the moment. That'll get him almost back to full. Azhag would need another turn of friendly replenishment, but Azhag himself will be full at least. Like parts of that army will be full and well defended. And then I'm gonna put down some money making structures here. I think that's a big priority for us. We should probably cap out Mordheim's growth. My suspicion is that we're done constantly losing that territory, though, because just like the raw number of settlements that Reichland would have to get through before they're threatening us again is pretty high at this point. We've actually done a really good job of advancing on them. And it doesn't really look like they have much in the way of reinforcements coming in here from anywhere. Do we want to try to block here? I'm not even really sure what the right move is for this hero. I mean, it would definitely be to assassinate characters if there were characters that were worth assassinating. You just do stuff to keep trying to gain XP. Alright, we're done with research. Fert is a map agent, so Krugenheim should have proper should be repaired. It should have proper like masonry and stuff. And then We could move Uglok forward. I kind of want to wait until Balthazar Gelt, like, really commits to a direction before we try to go after Middenheim, which I do care about, unlike Salzamund. I mean, we could just raid. I'm in attack range of Middenheim. I think I'm fine where I am. If they want to come back this way and try to set up for an attack on Uglok, that relieves the pressure elsewhere. And if not, then he'll just make us money for free. And do we need any other upgrades? Nagenhof probably doesn't actually need these walls. The defensive building is from an earlier time. Beckhofen is still kind of on the front. It's front-ish. So we'll do that. And then, I mean, is there any other place? I guess we should be a little bit cautious about spending money. But we can put this together and at least have our other settlements generate a little bit more cash. And it's probably worth capping out the boss hut just to try to hold on to the settlements. You should definitely take that upgrade, and then money making and one of those. And the landmark building here doesn't help us with money at all. Yes, that's not a very high priority. Let's take this. Income from raiding and sacking and looting up. That is the way that we bring in the vast majority of our money, I feel like. So if we can take the gold mine at Mount Gunbad with a minimum of fuss, then hopefully Grimgor can move west, kill off Jufbar as well, and then come and join us fighting the Empire. But we're not even, like... You can see our armies on the same screen as Altdorf from certain angles. So we're really not that far from being able to do this. And they don't have that much in the way of defenses between us and there. Like the settlements that are... The minor settlements on the way over there are not walled off. Probably a lot of the major settlements in the area don't have proper garrison buildings. My guess is that we're going to be able to do this. Thank God we finally had some other people pitch in a little bit and at least form a distraction. I mean, look, Clan Moors could be doing a lot more than they're doing, is all I'm saying. They're not really trying that hard. So Grimgor's just going to go straight to Mount Gunbad. We'll worry about the other Bloody Spears armies later. I mean, I guess we could ask them. We could just see if they want to confederate. They don't. Okay. If they did, that would be very convenient, because it would mean I don't have to move all the way over here. This is going to be probably 3 turns of movement at the very least, right? Because we're going to need to do 1 underway move to get over there, a 2nd move to actually attack Mount Gunbad next turn, and then a 3rd move to get back over into this area. Yeah, because we're not able to do anything. We're not able to get anywhere near it otherwise. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then, no, you know what? I just looked at how long this episode is already. We are not, in fact, going to play another turn. I am going to call it here for today. That's got to be it. We have this momentum, and you know how I love crushing my foes and seeing them driven before me, etc. lamentations. But that's going to have to be a when you come back tomorrow kind of thing. And we'll see you then.